it's Jingle Joe, the dancing elf. But you know by now I'm not dancing today, I'm reading you a little story. So I hope you're ready, because this is what I would call a Christmas classic. I think your grown-ups will know this story a little bit. So, are we ready? Because it's called A Christmas Carol. Now your grown-ups might be thinking, oh my goodness, Jingle Joe, that's a long story, but don't worry, it's not the whole thing. It's shortened down just a little bit to make it a little bit easier for your little ones to enjoy this Christmas. So, let's get comfortable while we find out what's going on in A Christmas Carol. Once upon a Christmas Eve, Scrooge was counting money. Ebenezer Scrooge, a greedy, grasping, gruesome old man. So cold inside, his face looked frozen. He cared for no one, and now his old friend Marley was dead, no one cared for him. His clerk, Bob Cratchit, shivered in their icy office. Might I light a fire, sir? Certainly not, said Scrooge. Oh dear, what a grumpy man. Two gentlemen came by, collecting for the poor. Let them starve, Scrooge sneered. Then a red-nosed carol singer tried his luck. Be off with you, snapped Scrooge. Merry Christmas, said Bob Cratchit as they left that night. Bah, humbug, said Scrooge. Scrooge was heading for bed when every bell in his house started to ring. Who's there? Scrooge asked in a quavery voice. Scrooge, came the ghostly reply. Scrooge! Marley, said Scrooge, is that you? Change your ways or pay the consequences, warned Marley's ghost. I cared only for money, moaned Marley. Now money and misery are my only company, clanking chains and cash boxes for all eternity. With a dreadful wail of torment, Marley turned to go. Wait, Scrooge cried. What has this got to do with me? Tonight you will be visited by 3 ghosts. Listen to them and you may save yourself. What nonsense, said Scrooge. On the stroke of 1, Scrooge woke to see a spirit staring at him. Who are you? Scrooge stuttered through at the chattering teeth. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Rise and walk with me. They floated to a deserted schoolroom where a lonely boy sat hunched in the gloom. That poor boy is me, murmured Scrooge in surprise. Oh, I wish I had given the carol singer something. He's starting to feel a bit bad now. With a whirl and a twirl, they were off to a dance. It's my old boss, Fezwig. He knew how to throw a Christmas party, cried Scrooge. And that was Scrooge's sweetheart from so many years ago. I cannot marry you, she wept, Ebenezer. You only love money. No more memories, shouted Scrooge as he slammed down the ghost's hat hard on his head. The ghost sank into the floorboards with a sigh. The clock struck again, and the second ghost appeared. Merry Christmas, Scrooge! I am the ghost of Christmas present! Celebrate with me! Scrooge and the spirit soared through the air, seeing Christmas joy wherever they went. It lit up the sky like the stars in the sky. In grand houses all round town, people were eating and drinking and making merry. Even the Cratchits, with a simple meal for their Christmas feast, were full of cheer. God bless us, every one, said Tiny Tim, the youngest. He looks pale, thought Scrooge. Is he ill? The spirit's response echoed in his head. If things go on as they are, he won't see another Christmas. Oh dear. Somewhere a clock chimed and the spirit faded away. As Scrooge shivered in the darkness, he saw a hooded phantom coming closer. Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Asked Scrooge. The phantom said nothing, but pointed a bony finger. A group of men were talking about someone. He's dead, and good riddance. No one will miss him. No one liked him. Who is this man? Scrooge asked. This unfortunate, unmourned soul. The spirit stayed silent, the bony hand pointing to a gravestone. Trembling, Scrooge read the name upon the gravestone and looked at the spirit in horror. No, he begged, because the name was his. I will change, I will change. He ran to clutch the spirit's arm, and it turned into his bedpost. I'm alive, he shouted, leaping for joy. I'm alive! Scrooge raced to his window. What's today, boy? Christmas Day, of course. Buy me the biggest goose you can find, Scrooge ordered, and hurry. The boy was soon back. Scrooge chuckled with glee. I'll send it to the Cratchits. Cratchits, what a surprise they'll have. He's turned a corner, hasn't he? He's being nice again. Everyone had a surprise for Scrooge did change. What was more, from that day on, he kept Christmas in his heart all year round. Lovely day, Ebenezer. Hello, Tim. Lovely day indeed. And there he is, with a big smile on his face. A very, very different Ebenezer Scrooge to the one that we saw at the beginning of the story. So a bit of Christmas cheer all round, and I hope you're feeling a little bit Christmassy today. Well, that's all from Jingle Joe, the dancing elf, and I will see you again very, very soon.